And we live, y'all. We back again on Active Sports TV. And today we going ahead and give you a reaction to Podcast P, as I like to call him, that guy that went ahead and switched and went to the other side, and a few more things I could call him. But we're gonna keep it PG 13 today. A little jokey joke, man. It may be cordy or whatnot, but this guy right here, bro, he deserves a whole lot of backlash for how he been carrying himself and the way he did the squad. But see, I'm gonna stand up for Clip Nation, baby, and we're gonna go ahead and see what PG got to say. Um, Podcast P, I'm a subscriber. You know, Jackie Long, also a fan of his. You know what I mean? So this should be interesting to see this dude wearing that Philly jersey. It's crazy, bro. Crazy. Uh, like I said though, but Clip Nation, we ain't crying no tears over here. You know what I mean? During this time, we're gonna break down what PG got to say about the negotiations, about pretty much how he feel and how he's saying our front office and Clip City did him dirty and he felt low ball. That's the thing going around, that he was low ball by the organization. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some deep diving. We're gonna go ahead and pull up some facts, and first and foremost, we're gonna go ahead and listen to Podcast P, and have him speak on the situation itself. Well, now, pause it at times and give my opinion, But like I said, get them likes up. Make sure you guys subscribe, share, comment. Let's go. Active Sports. That's what you got to say, P.
Like, it's a business, like you said. So the first initial deal was like 2 years, 60. So I'm like, whoa. 2 years, 60?
Hey, that's crazy, bro.
That's great.
That's
crazy.
crazy.
That's crazy.
So I'm like,
Wow.
So, as you just heard, PG said that it's a business. And there ain't no feelings involved. Going into that, he knew that. But he talking about the first initial offer. And I ain't gonna lie. Hearing the first initial offer, 60 mil, 2 years, even though it's, you know, it's in the ballpark of what I personally believe that PG is worth, I would have gave him some similar, you know, to what the deal that Harden took, the 2 years, 70 million, about 35, 36 per year, you know what I mean? To make it even, you know what I mean? I will definitely put that, because that matters in the state of California and Los Angeles. So I do agree with that. But let him talk about it. We're going to go ahead and let him talk about it. Let me not keep y'all waiting.
no, I'm not signing that. Like,
Hmm.
now we're getting into the negotiating. Like, I'm not taking that deal. And so they slowed, like they saying this, that, like, we view you, we want you and Kawhi here long term. Like, we want y'all to be here, all of this stuff, right? So then, as we're continuing to negotiate as the season goes on, and mind you, this was started before the season started. So this was kind of like, I could be wrong on actual timing, but this was maybe like October-ish, when negotiations first started, and it was 260. And as we kept going, it was like,
So point. That's the point. So basically, he's saying pretty much as we got into the season last year, the beginning part of the season, October or so, that's when the first negotiations was presented on the table, and they finally got in the meeting room and started to negotiate. So keep in mind, we chasing the championship. We all invested here, and I think the next month or so, uh, James Harden was on his way, but I believe all of the talks and all of the rambling about James Harden being acclimated to the team was also going on at that time. So the fact that he was going through a negotiation with the front office and they were trying to get James Harden is interesting. Let's go ahead and continue.
They would go up, inches, to where
Interesting.
it was like 44, 45, right? But this was like a couple months in between before we got it to 40 something.
All right, pause it right there. So we're gonna go ahead and we didn't get no details on when they changed the number that was given in the first negotiation, but you see it went from 2 years 30 to a significant jump that it showed that the Clippers and the front office was invested in keeping Paul George long term. You have to also keep in mind that we approaching a new era right now in this new basketball league with now the new NBA collective bargaining agreement that basically CJ McCullough, the president, uh, signed off on and agreed to, is now put these teams at a real financial, strain that does not allow them to be able to spend over the luxury tax as some teams like my team, the Clippers, have no problem doing. So keep in mind when you listen to this. But let's go ahead and go.
So I'm still like, nah, I'm not doing that. Then I hear wind of like, what they're going to give Kawhi.
Okay.
So I'm like, just give me what Kawhi got. Like,
Right.
y'all view us the same. Like, we came here together. We want to finish this shit together. I'll take what Kawhi got. Like, no
You was
no
cool with
problem.
that.
I was cool with that.
Hold
Like,
on,
Wow.
hold on, P. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on, Paul George. Wait a minute. We basically view you as the same as Kawhi. Since when? When and where you get this information? Matter of fact, you gave us the information stated in a interview that Kawhi was number one, you number two. This was clear from your vocals. This was you stating this and telling us this. So now, all of a sudden, sorry about that, guys. All of a sudden, we view you as the same and you want the same contract that Kawhi got. But keep in mind, Kawhi also took a pay cut. But to be continued, y'all.
and we were still taking less. We were taking less. Kawhi took less. I was like, if Kawhi gonna take less, I'm not gonna say I want more than Kawhi. Like, I'm not gonna, like, it's not about me being paid more than him. Like, I'm gonna take what he got. Y'all give him that, give me that. They didn't want to do that. So this was before the All-Star break. So I'm like, you know what?
Okay.
I don't want, like, let's not even have no more conversations. Like, let's just play this year out. Cause it was starting to get into like my mood. Now I'm, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to have that energy carry over into the team.
On the court.
So, cause I could see it starting to bleed a little bit into the team where I was just like disconnected. I didn't want to fuck with nobody. Like, I was kind of just, kind of to myself a little bit. So I was like, man, let's just let this shit play out. Let me get to the end of this year and we'll discuss this again. We'll pick up, conversations again. So we do that, right?
See, what I have a problem with, bro, first of all, we know PG. He has a real condescending attitude, bro. Like that really bothers me, bro. And it been bothering Clipper Nation for a minute. And I know Philly, y'all ain't really got a dose of it yet. but y'all gonna see like the cross talking and basically contradicting itself is like it's crazy. Like, wait a minute, we just heard you say that sometime throughout the year after the first negotiation, after the first offer was 2 mil 60, that they eventually started negotiating with you and getting to the ballpark of 45 to 46 million. If for those that do not know, so I believe if they were willing to up the pay that much, it was going to be a 3-year deal, or somewhere in the ballpark, 142, maybe maybe with some type of incentive, uh, maybe the lowest 138, to try to get to that number of $45 million per year for 3 years. Kawhi got 152 million, 152.3 million on a 3-year contract, but we earned the bird rights. And at any moment in time, if Kawhi doesn't plan out, he could be available for trade. So that's a team friendly deal based upon what Kawhi is worth. Kawhi is worth the max. Kawhi has hardware. But it's just funny to me because if we get into 45, 46, that's damn near close to what Kawhi is getting. I mean, shed 6 or 7 million. But what makes you think you supposed to get adequate pay as Kawhi when you ain't produced? Go ahead and continue, Paul George.
Season in, I finished healthy. 74 games played.
Yep.
And had one of my most efficient seasons. So now we go into negotiations. Now they bring it to 3 years.
Where we at?
150. So basically around what they gave Kawhi. So a part of me was still like, all right, that's cool. It sucks that it had to get to this point, like that we couldn't get this figured out a lot sooner. But
Way early, right?
now we at the end of the year, 3 years, 150. So I'm like, all right, like now we're in a ballpark. You know what I mean? Now we can have conversation
Notice
here.
he's not
And again,
giving
it
you
still
any
wasn't
more
about the money.
details
Because
like
when I
he
went
was
back to have the
before.
negotiation at the end of the year, I presented the 150, no trade. Because in the meeting, they're like, we want you here long term.
Wait, P. Hold on. So you trying to state that this was drawn out throughout the year, right? You're not giving us any time frame on when these things are happening. We're not privileged to these things. Understandable. But you did start off and you stated that around October that's when negotiations started. Early October. 2 years, 60 mil. Understandable. I you never take the first offer anyway. That's the rule of business. You never take the first offer anyway. You always try to leverage and do what you have to do, which is understandable. Get your money. But you have to take into consideration the things such as the team now is approaching this new collective bargaining agreement. You, as a player, has not produced or been available, which I'm going to get to later after we break down this video, to claim that you're worth paying that money and solely giving you that money which will put a restraint on the team where you said yourself, we still need pieces in order to get over the hump. So if we overexpand ourselves by paying you into these late years that you may or may not be able to produce, how do we then try to secure at least you guys' health by giving you adequate help? And then you're not being specific on the things that you're you're saying. You're saying that you got basically the same amount of money that you was looking for that Kawhi got. They offered you. You were comfortable with that. So they basically said, and they complied with what your original grief was, which is, hey, we the same. Y'all look at us the same. Why not pay me the same amount of money that you paid Kawhi? Well, they did that. They offered you that. No matter what point in time of the year, you still be a professional. You still earn your contract. You still ball out. You still show why you're worthy of this money that you asked for, even though they offered it to you. Then, just before I press play, y'all, notice that he said a no trade clause. That ain't the same contract Kawhi got. But continue, PG. What?
We want to, when you're retired, we want you to be a Clippers for a lifetime, like all of this stuff. We want you to be here. We want you to be a Clippers your whole career. So I'm like, cool. Give me the 3 years, 150, no trade then.
Cut it
no
out.
trade clause. Then I'm now like I'm taking
Cut it
less,
out,
but at least I
PG.
know I'm here.
Mhm.
I
Like
don't believe
I'm committed to y'all. Like they didn't want to do the no trade.
Do that.
Wow.
I don't
So
believe
then now I'm like, all right, well then it only makes sense for me to do 4 years, 212, right?
Yeah.
Like at least
How
pay
you-
me my money. If y'all gonna trade me, then y'all gonna trade me.
Hold
But at
on.
least like now I'm not in a situation where I
Oh, so you had that in the back the whole time? Okay, P. Like, yeah, keep the details. Keep the details to yourself. But you smelling real fishy, dog. For real, bro. Like what's going on? Like you telling this story and man, it sounds real fraudulent. Like, I mean, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. If the no trade clause was your determining factor, right, on staying or not staying, what them giving you 4 years for would it what would that would have changed if they still would have had a trade clause attached to that? You still could have been shipped at any point in time to another team. So it doesn't make any sense to me for you to be advocating this just between 1 year difference. You were still gonna get paid $50 million per year, or close to, shed of 1 million or two. You are looking for an additional year. Be honest, bro. It might as well go ahead and take the 212. Come on.
I could have got more had I just gone to free agency, then take this deal, and then y'all could just ship me wherever I want. And then
Right.
now I'm on this deal that I didn't want.
Right.
So they didn't want to do that. So then I was like, now I'm open to entertaining what's out there. And then I mean, through the negotiations, they wasn't budging. They weren't gonna budge. I wasn't gonna budge. I thought I played well enough for them to, be like, you know what? He's a part of our future. Like, I thought I did that. I thought I earned that. Granted, we didn't win while I was there, but luck has a lot to do with that. We couldn't remember.
You missing me. You missing me. You missing me. Stop with the. We don't want to hear all that over here in Clip City, baby. We look. It's all good. You and showed your true colors with us. You used us for leverage to find whatever team was desperate enough to pay you what you felt was adequate for your game. That's that's it. At least look at us in the face and tell us that face to face, bro. Tell us that straight up. Don't sugarcoat it. We can take it on the chin a little better. Like, you was not in the business of helping us get, first of all, over the top, and you were not trying to take any type of a cut or sacrifice, bro. And then you just admitted that you didn't produce, and then you try to blame it on luck. So we supposed to pay you based upon luck. What's going on with you, P? Where they do that at? Come on, man. And then I understand if we gonna pay on luck, why we can't have why we can't have a trade clause in there, bro? Why we can't trade you if the luck don't change? Like, what? So you gonna strong arm us after we gave you all of the money we made, all of these changes, made all these sacrifices for you, bro? Wow, it's sad. It's sad, man. Sad. Go ahead, Pete.
Remain healthy as a unit. But I thought I did enough to earn
that money.
They didn't want to do it, so it was just a stalemate. We came to a stale, and ultimately it was like, all right, that ship has sailed. Like, at that point, it was like, man, I love Steve, I love Lawrence, but at that point, it didn't even feel right to come back with that type of energy and be comfortable playing back in LA.
What did Steve say to you?
I mean, you know, it's taking his word. You know what I mean? In that situation, it's taking his word.
I'll be upset
like,
too.
No, I don't want to trade you. That's not the reason I want to resign you.
We working towards
which I get, you know. And I understand, and I don't know. Steve is a good dude. Like, you know, I love Steve as an owner, one of the best owners that I played for. But you know, it's a business. Like, I won't take nobody's word if they can't put it in writing.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, we gonna stop it right there. So, you know, basically that's the sum of it. We not gonna go forward. We're not gonna continue with that. You know, I'm just gonna go ahead and give my overall breakdown before I get up out of here, man, and wrap this all up with Paul George and the fiasco with us Clipper fans and Clipper Nation and the organization and the front office and what they've done to wrong Paul George. I think you guys heard it for yourselves just like I did. We wasn't willing to crash out for Paul George. That's the sum of it. Whoever tried to twist it, whatever little narrative, saying that he deserves that amount of money, hey, we're going to see if he can prove it in Philly. But he dang sure didn't prove it in Los Angeles wearing the red, white, and blue. He didn't prove it for Clip City, man. He didn't prove it for the Clippers, bro. Not at all. And I don't want to hear anything about no luck when I'm going to the games. I'm paying for tickets. I'm paying for merch, you know. And 9 times out of 10, you was on that, or you was in street clothes, bro, on the bench. Let's just be honest. You know what I mean? We not making this about Kawhi. Kawhi, we'll do a separate segment on him. But Kawhi's a Clipper. And Kawhi made sacrifices. What little I can say about you. You did not, when every time it was adversity, it was time for you to prove something to us and get us over the hump. Western Conference Final, Phoenix, you failed. Last year, Dallas, James Harden, you had Russell Westbrook, Norman Powell, Zubac. Zubac was actually the second best player to James Harden. Let's be honest. You had 2 games in that series that was superstar valid. elite status. But I just want to sum this up for y'all before I get up out of here because, he said something about he deserved his max. And I'm going to tell you why the front office hesitated with that. Let's look at Paul George games per season we're going to go back the last 8 years. That's what we're going to do. 2016-17 Indiana, Paul George played 75 games. 2017-18, Paul George was traded OKC. He played 79 games for OKC. 2019-2020, Paul George, still with OKC, played 77 games. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Playing them games there. Oh, yeah. We're going to get to what he produced later. But just playing the games alone, that's going to up your average. I mean, that's going to up your value. Definitely. You hear that? 70, 75, 79, 77. Y'all know where I'm going with this, right? We talking about Paul George, PG-13. Philly, I'm gonna give y'all. I did a little homework. I'm gonna just put y'all on a little bit. I'm out of here. Podcast B, love the show. You know that was bogus, but 2019, 2020, he becomes a Los Angeles Clipper. In Paul George's first year, do you know how many games he played for us? After hearing what he did for OKC and Indiana, he played 48 games. It's 82 games in the season. Not to hold y'all, 2020, 2021, Paul George availability games available that season, 54. 54. This is Paul George. 54 games. We signed him originally to 4-year player option, 5th year. Moving on. 2021, 2022. The following year, we 2 years in with the Los Angeles Clippers. Paul George is wearing the Los Angeles Clippers uniform. We know in the playoffs we didn't get over the hump, so there's really no need to talk about his availability there. But I can add, he wasn't available for a playing game and lost the game before. Just add that. Off of these semi, available seasons. Now, he played in 2021, 2022, 31 games. 31 games. That whole season. And you talking about luck? Last time I checked, I don't remember the surgeries that Paul George, I may be mistaken. Get in the comments, make me out a liar. But I don't remember him going underneath no knife, doing no rehab, having to really come back from some significant. I know he was dealing with a groin injury. I know he dealing with a tore rotator cuff in his shoulder. It was when he first came to us, but he came from OKC with that injury. And as you see, even with OKC, he played 79 games and 77 games with injury. But with us, you gave us 48. 54, 31, 2022, 2023, year 4. I can't make it up, bro. People be like, man, bro, like, you a Clipper fan? Dang, bro, like, they ever gonna play? Like, what's up with y'all? Like, y'all just throwing away money, and we gotta wear that stain. Like, as fans, we gotta, like, we go to the games, we don't know. I mean, we giving them everything. You know what I mean? Front office is trying to do what they can to compliment them. But with that being said, it's just funny, like, this man sitting here saying he earned it. I'm trying to see where he earned it. Like, we all know about the bubble situation, the bubble scenario, the backboard piece incident. Yeah, I had to stick my neck out there for you. Go out here with the blows with all these Laker fans and everybody that can't stand the Clippers. To see that meltdown after Kawhi, who really averaged almost 60 from the field throughout that playoff, 60%. That was 60 to 65% for field. Nobody has done that in a playoff. Had those type of playoff performances ever. Nobody. This man post got bum knees, but he was putting up 30 pieces all the way up until the last game, game 7, where you and him couldn't hit the ocean. Whether you had a rock, you could have had a penny, quarter, or whatever. That game, no Clippers. It was just, they sealed the rim. It was just nobody can hit nothing. But you was a part of that failure. You didn't give it over the hump. We know last year we was a first round exit on your watch, not Kawhi's. Kawhi was injured. We all know Kawhi not injured. We win. It's not even. It ain't no. It ain't nothing to talk about. The only thing beating us is injuries, which we also gave you that benefit of the doubt as well. So for you to go here and just, bro, it blows me. But now we at 2022, 2023, and you were available for us, Paul George. A whole 56 games. Bro, you gotta laugh sometimes from going off. Like, to hear what this man just said about the squad, to talk like we ain't been here, like we ain't been supporting. Like, I know I'm just now making content, and I'm gonna give you more content and more content, but come on, bro. Stop it. It's embarrassing. But I do applaud your business etiquette when it comes to doing and setting yourself up to do what you're supposed to do. You went out and did what you're supposed to do. Find a sucker and go ahead and lick him. that's what you did. Philly, I don't know what's wrong with y'all. I mean, y'all, Boston, the Knicks, they got y'all so spooked. Y'all not really processing and thinking. Like, y'all paid this man almost $56 million after what I just told you. And then we go to the final year, contract year, and coincidentally, he gives us that 70 game average he was giving us before. You know, we can quickly go, because I don't want to hold y'all. But also, we seen a drastic decline in your points per average. Okay, Indiana, you were at 23.7 in 2016-17. OKC, You was at 21.9. The following year, you had your best season that you ever had as a pro at 28 points that season. With us, you average the first year with us 21, second year with us 23.3, the third year with us 24.3, the fourth year with us 23.8, and the fifth year with us 22.6. Almost all career lows. Season average points per game. Season average. You see, with not being available due, you was able to produce 23.7 with Indiana as a youngster. OKC, you was able to become damn near MVP. With us, we got the worst of the worst. We getting 21s, we getting 22s, we getting low 23s, and we got at least 124, right? I guess that's $50 million worth. I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and let that sink in, bro. But it's crazy. But you know what it is. You know who it is. It's your boy Active, and we go ahead and getting up out of here. I want y'all to have a blessed day out there, man. And like I said, man, make sure you guys listen to the details. You know, it's quite funny. It's quite funny to me, y'all, that this man went out his ways to stick to this podcast throughout the whole season. Showing no emotion, made a lot of good episodes, but he was going through a whole lot of stress. I guess. But you know who it is. It's Active Sports TV again, man. Make sure you give me the thumbs up, man. Share, comment, and subscribe, man. I'm over and out, man. Enjoy y'all day, man. We out of here. Let's go.